Hi, my name is Milton Josephs, an experienced special education teacher and school administrator. Hailing from the United Kingdom, I began my professional career as a pilot, commissioned officer and latterly flying instructor in the British Royal Air Force Reserve. Alongside my military career in the reserves, I worked in industry in human resources. Both taught me so much about leadership and honed my people skills. In 2001, my company moved me to New York. Travelling extensively for work, I wanted to change my career so that I could be home more for my family. One morning, on my subway ride to the office, I saw an advert. Do you remember your first grade teacher joined the New York City Teaching Fellows? So, in 2005, I applied, and 10 short weeks later, I was standing in front of my second grade 12 to 1-to-1 class. I spent 12 wonderful years teaching in all environments, self-contained, ICT, and in general education as well. Wanting to utilise the management skills I had gained both in the military and in human resources, as well as further my educational career, I studied for my school building and school district leadership certification and became an assistant principal in a large pre-K through grade 6 school. Here, I directly supervised grades 4, 5 and 6, together with special education across all of the grades. 2 years later, I moved as an assistant principal to Long Island, having spent 14 wonderful years in the New York City Department of Education. I was an assistant principal split between 2 elementary schools in Levittown. This included when we all had to go onto remote learning due to the pandemic. For the 2020-21 school year, I was asked by the superintendent to move to central office to become one of 3 assistant directors of special education. Here I was responsible for all of our students who were placed in BOCES or private schools. Together with this, I supervised our district's social workers, was the McKinney-Vento liaison, and wrote the mental health plan for the return to school. Part of this was also conducting a district-wide survey for families on their children's mental health needs as the children returned to school. I aggregated some 1,500 responses and presented to the Board of Education. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic and budget cuts, 2 of the positions were merged into one and I was accessed in June of 21. Working now with Consulting That Makes a Difference, I'm currently an educational consultant working in 7 different school districts providing coaching and professional development to co-teaching teams. This is for K through 12 classrooms. I'm seeking, however, to get back into a school environment as an AP or principal. My philosophy in education is to educate the whole child. I believe that students' social and emotional education and health is as important, if not more so, than their academic education. If a child is not in a place to learn mentally, they won't learn at all. In terms of discipline, I'm very much a proponent of PBIS. Using restorative justice practices, I try to get to the root cause of why a student behaved the way they did and provide tools for them to make different choices moving forward. Loving data, I created Excel spreadsheets to extrapolate and aggregate student data to help teachers drive and personalise their instruction. Finally, and most importantly, I am a people person. I love developing people and have mentored both teachers and aspiring administrators. Over the years, I have had to deliver not so good news to parents as well as teachers. When doing so, I always do this with empathy and compassion. Outside of work, I still fly aeroplanes for fun, I scuba dive when I can, and I'm an avid photographer and videographer, and most importantly, a proud dad to my 18-year-old daughter who is a freshman at Skidmore College. So if you're looking for a seasoned administrator who has experience outside of education as well as inside, I would love to chat with you further. Thank you for watching this video.